I hope you enjoyed this new video that I created. I wanted to show you how to create a look with the glitter overlays. I think they're a game changer and we have several in stock. So I used today Glitter Sweet, which is an overlay, and I already had on Penguin Party. I really wanted to use this in January to kind of have a winter frozen look, and I think this turned out really good. It was a lot of fun, and I hope you stick around and watch how I did this. I give several tips and tricks, and I have a new trick that I want to show you. It's like a game changer for me on how I'm going to apply all my sets now. So enjoy it. I can't wait to see all of your creations, and make sure to post your Nelfies in my group. We are going to do Glitter Sweet today, which is a glitter overlay. Now I have already used a pack and resealed it, and now I'm going to reuse it and put it on this manicure I did and kind of give it a more frozen frosty look. We currently have a lot of overlays right now in stock, so I wanted to show you how to do it. I'm just going to cut this open first, and then I'm going to size them up on my nails, and then we'll get started on some tips and tricks on how to get started. We are going to do Glitter Sweet today. Okay, so you're definitely going to need a pair of scissors, a file, and then I've learned a new little trick, and I wanted to share with you all on this little plastic cuticle pusher. It really smooths out any kind of bubbles, gets it really in there on the edges, and I'm going to show you how to use this, and I think this is like my new trick up my sleeve that I'm really glad I found out about. So I wanted to share that with you as well. These are all the leftovers I have from doing my last French manicure, the Glitter Sweet. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with that. I'm gonna use the smallest one for my pinkies. Basically with overlays, the biggest thing you wanna be careful about is touching the back of them because they're clear. So what I do is I go ahead and just put that on the, sticky. I put this on the white transfer paper on the shiny side up, not the rough side, the side that you take it off. Otherwise it's gonna stick and won't come off. Okay, so what I'll do is pull this off here. A little bit left over. All right, and then I just size it right up. I'm gonna make sure that you see this. Bring it into my camera right there. And so I'm just going to line it up, press it down, and then cut the excess off. Now, a new little tip with this is, and I'm gonna have to put my hand down a little bit to do this, is you just wanna use this cuticle pusher, but it's like plastic and it's kind of flexible, and you just wanna go around and smooth everything out. I really think it helps to adhere to the nail better too. And then you can use your body heat after you've smoothed everything out and do your normal sides in the middle to push it down. Now you notice this one here doesn't always fit my pinky just right, but when it's glitter, you really can't tell. Unless you got like really up close, you'll see there's a little opening there. But I like these glitter overlays because they kind of give it like a little sass to it. And they also help your nails to stay on longer actually. So you kind of get a little bonus out of them. All right, so I'm gonna show you the next finger here. So again, we do this like normal. All right, I'm gonna show you the next finger. We do this like normal. We take off this top layer, that's trash. Then, to be careful not to touch that underneath part because you'll get fingerprints, okay? Then, we're gonna line it up Make sure you can see that. Okay, line it up, press down lightly. Make sure that's good. It looks good to me. Now I'm just gonna move this up just a little bit so I can give it a good cut. All right, so I'm just gonna cut this, and you just wanna leave a little bit to cover the tip of your nail. And then don't throw this away, we're gonna use it again. So I just kind of face it down like that. Okay, and again, show you my new trick here. You're just gonna rub back and forth. What I like about this too is, I've noticed, is I have very oily fingertips, and I really have to use a lot of alcohol and dry out my fingers to not add that oil. And this has no oil on it, so that really helps too to get that first adhesion. All right, and so then I'll go over and tuck that up underneath. And then you can also use this to just tuck it up underneath too. And then you don't have to worry about it breaking with the orange stick because it's a lot softer on the nail polish. These glitter overlays really help these solid nail polishes to last a lot longer. Instead of getting like 7 days, I get a good 7 days with solids with a good extra top coat. 10 days are looking a little rough, but with these glitter overlays, or like clear as day, you can get a good 10 days. Okay, so leave that there. Don't touch it until we finish the rest. We're gonna take that leftover piece and we're gonna do this nail here to show you, be careful not to touch the back part of it. And we're going to line it up, take that off, lightly put that on. I'm not as good with this on my left hand, but that's okay. You're just gonna push, make sure it gets a nice good seal. Now just kind of rub back and forth a few times to make sure it's on there really good. And then you can take your nails and see how I go to the side and then down the middle. I know sometimes I do that kind of fast because I've done it for a while now. I'll try to do that a little bit slower. And then you can just use this to make sure that's all tucked up underneath your nail. The more you get it tucked and the longer you leave it there, the better your tips are going to last. When I start having a little bit of tip wear, I just take the file and I kind of go back and forth one direction, and I just get rid of that tip wear throughout my manicure, and that's what helps it last a little bit longer. Okay. Heather made a pretty big boo-boo and I just realized it. Luckily I've only done 2, but I forgot to use a nail prep pad. These typically come in your big full sets, and I normally get reminded by that, but I forgot because I pulled these out that, since I already used them, I pulled them out in a reseal and not the actual set. So I had to grab an alcohol real fast. But make sure you alcohol your nails again. Now I let these sit overnight, and that's why I really wanted to use the alcohol. If you didn't use them overnight and you just put these on, then you could go ahead and just get started. You don't have to alcohol again. So this is only if you sit overnight. But like I said, my fingertips get very oily, and I kind of remember that on the last one. All right. So I was really unsure if I wanted to do like glitter over the penguin, but I decided let's just go ahead and give it a shot, and that's what it looked like. So I feel like it kind of gives it a snow globe effect to the penguin, but it's whatever you prefer. If you had only solids, I would keep going to every nail, but I kind of like the snow globe effect on the little penguin, so I'm kind of glad I did it. I like it a lot. Just wanted to kind of show you that. All right, now we are to the middle finger. I went ahead and just did my pinky since I already showed you how to do that. And I just wanted to show you again. So I'm just gonna measure here. Either one of these actually work good. I think I'm just gonna do the little bit more curved one. I can get away with using either one of those really. So you're just gonna take that top layer off, pull this back, be careful not to touch the back of the nail polish. Go ahead and lay that on there. I really like to use this horizontal technique when using these overlays. And then you're going to go a little bit low, place that on. Remember, you can keep placing on and off as long as you don't rub it in. If you just kind of tap it to see if you like where it's at, then you're good. I keep moving to the right too much. Okay, so that's on. Once you like where it's at, go ahead and cut that other half off so you can save it for the next nail, but leave enough to go over the tip of the nail. All right, and then just to show you my new technique, again, I go up and down on the sides here too. Really gets in on the side really well. Okay. And I'll just push out those bubbles that you may get at the top. All right, once you have where you want it, just take your finger back over it and then do your normal side and in the middle. And then tuck. I didn't leave myself too much extra there in the middle. I cut it a little short, but that's okay. No biggie. This is not perfect. No nail polish is perfect unless you spend $60 at a salon. You expect to have perfection, right? But even those aren't perfect. All right, once you get it to where you like it, then leave it. Now we're gonna do the other finger. That's looking so cute. I love this like frozen frosty look. I really wanted to do this penguin frozen look. The penguins really remind me of my grandmother. My grandmother loved penguins. She had them all throughout her house. And when she passed away, I took a couple of her penguin ornaments to hang them on the tree every Christmas. And so I kind of wanted to wear this when I saw it in remembrance of her. So it's kind of sentimental on this manicure for me this go around. All right, once you feel like you got that on pretty good, now we're just going to take it, go sides and the middle. Now I left a lot more, had a lot more overhang on this one than I left the last one. Give yourself a little bit more overhang than I did on the last one. It helps to tuck it up underneath a little bit better. I love this new trick. People kept talking about these in our Color Street little blogs or groups that we have, and I was like, I don't understand. And then I got one and I'm like, okay, now I get it. Now I get what all the fuss is about. So I can't say that I figured this out on my own, but you have to know that I try out lots of things, and if it works, I'm going to show you. All right, so we're almost done. So I was really unsure if I wanted to do like glitter over the penguin, but I decided let's just go ahead and give it a shot, and that's what it looked like. So I feel like it kind of gives it a snow globe effect to the penguin, but it's whatever you prefer. If you had only solids, I would keep going to every nail, but I kind of like the snow globe effect on the little penguin, so I'm kind of glad I did it. I like it a lot. Just wanted to kind of show you that. All right, we're on to the last one here, and this is going to be the thumb. I always think the thumbs are the hardest, at least for me. I sometimes can get 2 out of one of these, but not all the time. All right. I think that did well. Sometimes I tug on it at the top, like very lightly. I feel like it just helps with that curve, because mine are like, it goes on the side here, it like tapers in, and it has a hard time covering. Okay, so if you have curved scissors, what I recommend is like actually creating a curve with those scissors when it comes to cutting that off, kind of like that, instead of like going straight across. And then it kind of helps you get that good extra nail polish strip to go over and under a little better. I think that's what I struggle with the most, is when I was cutting straight across, I was just having trouble tucking that up underneath. And that's a really good trick for placing the solids too. All right. That one's done. So now let's do our last one, and we will see if I left myself with enough room or not. Sometimes I don't. Also depends on how long my thumbnail is. Line it up right there. Let's see. Ah, that one worked out perfect. Doesn't always happen. But it did today for this video. Woohoo! I think giving that curve too sometimes helps leave a little extra in the middle. That's where I always seem to not have enough, is right there in the middle when I cut straight across. But giving that little curve cut helps to have a little extra right there. Right, so then I'm just gonna push this, like I showed you, up underneath. And because it's softer, it doesn't rip it as much, which is nice. Okay. All right, and then I'll come back and show you how to clean it up. But my tip is always to leave the underneaths on for as long as possible. So you can either do 2 things. You can leave it on for 5 minutes. You can leave it on when you go to bed at night, and then take them off in the morning. So basically, the longer you leave it on, the less you're gonna have of the tip wear or the polish chipping on you when you file it off. So yeah, I mean, patience is kind of a virtue with this, but if you wanna have a really nice mani for 10 days on the cheap, sometimes you gotta be a little patient, you know? All right, these are the extra that I have left over, so I'm actually going to put these back in here, and then I'll just take my hot iron that I have, or you can take a lighter, and then I will just kind of take the air out and seal this off, and then I'll have a couple more left for another manicure. All right, So now I have let this sit for about 5 minutes, and I'm just going to go ahead and file in a downward motion only. And what it'll do, it'll just perforate. So, normally, the way that you normally take off the extra is how you can do it here too. And once you perforate, it just comes right up and off. But the trick is just having a little bit of patience with that, letting it set as much as possible, and then you won't chip along the top. And that goes with any, whether it's an overlay, whether it's a solid, a glitter, your first layer, your second layer. The best thing to do is let that set as long as possible. I just have the best results when I'm a little patient with that part. And sometimes to get those corners, I have to go up underneath, but just remember, go in one direction and stay like underneath. Sometimes on the side, I just have a little bit of difficulty. Then it should come right off after that. If I can get it out, there it goes. Okay, so I hope that helps. I'm not gonna go through every single nail. That will get quite boring for you, but I hope that helps show you how to use these glitter overlays, maybe get you thinking about a new inspiration for your new mani with the solids and the glitter overlays. I know we have several out right now, and I will give you a peek at those real fast. So what I have on my nails today is Glitter Sweet. And it really just gives you like that frozen vibe with those little specks of sparkle, but completely clear underneath. So that's what I have on today. I love this one. Now this one was, Glitter Sweet that was the holiday collection. Sorry, I was trying to remember which collection it was. So this is from the holidays. I'm not sure how long it's gonna be around, but I do have one extra of these on hand right now. And then we have the Sugar and Spice collection out, and this is like a limited time one too. And this is the pink peppercorn, which I think will be so pretty for like February. And if you put this with like pink, or like Are You Madriding Me would be really pretty, blushing and flushing. You could even put it with a fun red, or you could just use it by itself too, but it has gold. And as you see with the pop of light, that gold little specks will change colors like a holographic effect. So this is pink peppercorn, really fun. Oh, this would really be really cute with like Himalayan salt and Charleston blush. Trying to remember names sometimes is tough. There's so many colors out there. This is Champagne Sugar, y'all. This will probably be one of the next ones I use. It's kind of close to that Glitter Sweet, but it has a little more pop of like gold flecks in it. Can you see kind of the difference between this is Glitter Sweet and this is Champagne Sugar? So it just pulls a little bit different. This has more of a silver and this has more of a gold. But you still kind of have that holographic glitter up here. It's really pretty. And the last one, this is Candied Lavender. Let's see if you can see that, Candied Lavender. And this one is clear, but it has purple in it. So this would be really pretty over like fashion progger. You can give it kind of that purple effect, but anything that you feel like you just want to add a little purple sparkle to, it kind of will give like a candied purple look. Really like this. I Want Scandy, I feel like, is this on top of like a lavender background. So this is very close to that if you want an idea of how to use it. But that's Candied Lavender. Oh, these are just so pretty. I'm going to show you one more time those three, if you can see. And that was that Sugar and Spice collection. anyways, the collections are basically just your imagination and what you want to do with them. All right. Thank you for watching.